हेलो स्टूडेंट, हमारे चैनल माय ऑडियो हब में आपका स्वागत है। आज हम आपको द लेडी और द टाइगर की हिंदी और इंग्लिश समरी बताने जा रहे हैं। When all the people had assembled in the galleries and the king, surrounded by his court, sat high up on his throne of royal state on one side of the arena. He gave a signal, a door beneath him opened, and the accused subject stamped out into the amphitheater. Directly opposite him, on the other side of the enclosed space, were two doors exactly alike and side by side. It was the duty and the privilege of the person on trials to walk directly to these doors and open one of them. He could open their door he pleased. He was subject to no guidance or allowance. If he opens the door, there came out of it a hungry tiger, the fiercest and most cruel that could be procured, which immediately sprang upon him and tore him to pieces as a punishment for this guilt. The moment that the case of the criminal was thus decided, the vast audience, with bowed head and downcast heads, wended slowly their homeward way, mourning gently that one so young and fair, or so old and respected, should have merited so dire a fate. But if the accused person opened the other door, there came forth from it a lady, the most suitable to his years and station that his majesty could select among his fair subjects. And to this lady he was immediately married. As a reward of this innocence, it matters not that he might already possess a wife and family. The institution was a very popular one. When the peoples gathered together on one of the great trial days, they never knew whether they were to witness a bloody slaughter or a hilarious wedding. This element of uncertainty lends an interest to the occasion which it could not otherwise have attained. Thus the masses were entertained and pleased. Now, this semi-barbaric king had a daughter as blooming as his most florid Francis, and with a soul as fervent and imperious of his own. As is usual in such cases, she was the apple of his eyes, and was loved by him above all humanity. Among his countries was a young man of that fineness of blood and lowness of station common to the conventional heroes of romance who love royal maidens. These royal maidens were well satisfied with her lover, for he was handsome and brave to a degree unsurpassed in all this kingdom, and she loved him with intense passion. This love affair moved on happily for many months, until one day the king happened to discover its existence. He did not hesitate nor waver in regards to his duty in the premises. The youth was immediately cast into prison, and a day was appointed for his trial in the king's arena. This, of course, was an especially important occasion, and his mystery as well as the people were gently interested in the working and development of this trial. Never before had such a case occurred. Never before had a subject dared to love and laughter of the king. The appointed day arrived. From far and near the people gathered, and throughout the great galleries of the arena, and crowd, unable to gain admittance, massed themselves against its outside walls. The king and his court were in their places opposite the twin doors, those fateful portals so terrible in their similarity. All was ready. The signal was given. A door beneath the royal party opened. As the youth advanced into the arena, he turned, as the custom was, to bow to the king, but he did not think at all of that royal personage. His eyes were fixed upon the princess, who sat to the right of her father. From the moment that the decrees had gone forth that her lover so decided his fate in the king's arena, the princess had thoughts of nothing night or day but this great event and the various subjects concerned with it. Possessed of more power, influence, and force of character than any one who had ever before been interested in such a case, she had done what no other person had done. She had possessed herself of the secret of the doors. She knew in which of the two rooms that lay behind those doors stood the cage of the tiger, with its open front and in which waited the lady. Through these thick doors, heavily, she had done what no other person had done. She had possessed herself of the secret of the doors. She knew in which of the two rooms that lay behind those doors stood the cage of the tiger, with its open front and in which waited the lady. Through these thick doors, heavily curtained with skins on the side, it was impossible that any noise or suggestions should come from within to the person who should approach to raise the latch of them. But gold and the power of a woman's will had brought the secret to the princess. And not only did she know in which room stood the lady ready to emerge, all blessing and radiant, should her doors be opened, but she knew who the lady was. It was one of the fairest and loveliest of the damsels. When her lover turns and looked at her, and his eyes met hers as they sat there, paler and white than anyone in the vast ocean of anxious faces about her, he saw by that power of quick perceptions which is given to those whose souls are one, that she knew behind which door crouched the tiger, and behind which stood the lady. He had expected her to know it. He understood her nature, and his soul was assured that she would never rest until she had made plain to herself this thing, hidden to all other onlookers, even to the king, the only hope for the youth in which there was any alliance. And the moment she looked upon her, he saw she had succeeded, as in his soul he knew they would succeed. Then it was this that quick and anxious glances asked the questions, which it wasn't plain to her as if he shouted it from where he stood. There was not an instant to be lost. The question was asked in a flash. It just must be answered in another. Her right arm lay on the cousin's parapet. Before her, she raised her hand and made a slight, quick movement towards the right. No one but her lover saw her. Every eye but his was fixed on the man in the arena. He turns, and with a firm and rapid step, walked across the empty space. Every heart stopped beating, every breath was held, every eye was fixed immovable upon that man. Without the slightest hesitation, he went to the door on the right and opened it. Now the points of the story is this. Did the tiger come out of that door, or did the lady? The lady या टाइगर सारांश इन हिंदी। द लेडी और द टाइगर बिना किसी संकल्प के एक छोटी सी कहानी है। एक अर्ध-बर्बर राजा द्वारा शासित राज्य में स्थापित कहानी राजा के न्याय के दृष्टिकोण के इर्द गिर्द केंद्रित है। कोई भी विषय जो पर्याप्त रुचि का अपराध करता है उसे शाही अखाड़े में बुलाया जाता है, जहाँ वे दो दरवाजों के बीच चयन करके अपना भाग्य चुनते हैं। एक दरवाजे के पीछे एक भयंकर बाघ है जो जीवित व्यक्ति को खा जाएगा, और दूसरे दरवाजे के पीछे एक गोरी युवती है जिससे उनका विवाह एक ही बार में हो जाएगा। व्यक्ति का भाग्य संयोग से निर्धारित होता है। एक दिन राजा को पता चलता है कि उसकी बेटी को एक बहादुर ईमानदार युवक से प्यार हो गया है, हालांकि वह शाही जन्म का नहीं है। इससे क्रोधित होकर राजा ने उसे अपने भाग्य का निर्धारण करने के लिए अखाड़े में बुलाया। इस बीच राजकुमारी दरवाजे की व्यवस्था का ज्ञान प्राप्त करने के लिए अपने छल और निश्वत का उपयोग करती है, और एक दरवाजे के पीछे की महिला ने अपनी राजकुमारी में ईर्ष्या जगाई है। यह जानकारी जानकर राजकुमारी अपने प्रेमी को दाहिनी ओर का दरवाजा खोलने का इशारा करती है। फिर कहानी समाप्त होती है और लेखक पाठकों से यह तय करने के लिए कहता है कि राजकुमारी ने अपने प्रेमी के लिए क्या भाग्य चुना। थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग।